Good morning, students. I welcome you all in the webinar on basics of bioinformatics and its application in the SARS coronavirus 2. I will be presenting on a protein structure visualization by PyMol. Before going to that, a brief introduction about me. I am Dr. Khurshid Alam Khan, working as faculty in the School of Life Sciences, based at the Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, located in Chennai. So in the today's protein visualization PyMol, I'll be starting with the introduction of PyMol, which is very much used in the structural biology. We'll be discussing about that. We'll be seeing in the software how it works. Then RCSB protein data bank, from where we can get the details about the protein, and installation of PyMol. And we'll be seeing the structure of the SARS coronavirus 2 main protease, and we'll be using some features in PyMol to know about these things. Then these are the web page of RCSB and PyMol. So we'll be seeing this web page also of these websites. Now we'll be installing the PyMol, and after installing the PyMol, we'll be using this features in the PyMol to show that how to change the color of the protein, how to view the protein, how to highlight any region, change the background, moving around the things, then labeling highlighting the amino acids, hydrogen bonds, measuring the distance between the atoms of amino acids, mutagenesis, and saving the image. Now let's go back. Let's go to the web page of the PyMol. So if you open the PyMol website, it will open up like this, and then you can download here the freely available versions are freely available is also there. Apart from this, a license one is also there, which has more features in the PyMol. So you can buy the license if you want. Otherwise, you can use the evaluation version using for only for educational purpose. So you can download this one. If you click on this, depending on that, you can download the. If you are using Linux, Mac or Windows, you can download this one, and you can install. Installation is very easy, straightforward. So you can install that. The other page is RCSB. This is protein data bank. If someone submits any protein, it comes in this protein data bank, and one can see the structure of the protein using this protein data bank. So nowadays a lot of people are working on coronavirus, so a lot of structures are coming to the protein data bank related to coronavirus, and people are targeting different proteins in the coronavirus which can control the spread of the disease. Now we can download this one, the structure of the things, by putting the code. Suppose one already reported last month is 6Y2E. This is the reported one of the structure of the crystal structure of the SARS coronavirus 2 main protease. It was published last month in the journal Science, and you can see this one. This is the structure of the protein. More things you can see here. You can see the 3D view of the protein. In the 3D view, you can see by rotating the protein. This is the protein. You can use the mouse buttons to control the rotation. Left is to rotate here in this. So you can see this one. If you want to see the region of the protein, suppose you want to see here, it will show like this. Okay, so this is you can see in the RCSB. Then you can see the sequence of the protein. In the sequence, you can see it has around 306 amino acids, and it has different types of alpha helix, beta sheet, beta bridge, beta turn, beta strand is there. So this can be done from here, and now we'll open this structure in the PyMol. So after installation of the PyMol, if you see, you'll be getting like this. In the start menu, you open this, click this, you'll be getting like this. So we can adjust this one accordingly. Okay, then okay, so this is the page you'll be getting after installation. Now if you will be uploading this structure, you go to the plugin PDB loader service 6Y2E is there, and you click on the OK. It will give the structure of the protein. You see, this is the structure of the protein. It is reported by them, and these are the amino acids of the protein held by the peptide bond, and the red ones are the water molecules. So you can change the background of this one. This is a black background. You want to change, you can change that one. Clicking on the background, you can make it white, or you can go to other like gray. So depending on that your preference, you can change that. Normally people work in the background to see it much clear. Now if you see this one, we can do more things in this, like if you want to change that into different representation of the protein, what you can do, you come to the right side, you have the 5 things here: action, show, A for action, S for show, H for highlight, L for label, C for color. So in the action first, in the height first hide everything, then show as cartoon. So this is the structure of the same protein but in a different way. This is normally we see in the textbooks also. Now if you want to color the different second structure, then we can use the color by SS secondary structure. Click on the helix sheet loop, you'll be getting this type of structure. Now if you see here, red is the secondary structure, alpha helix, yellow is the beta sheet, and the other irregular structure. So this can be done easily in the PyMol. And now if you want to see the sequence of the protein, then you come at the bottom over here, you can see the S over here. S stands for sequence over here. So if you click on the S, it will show up the sequence. Now if you see the sequence, it is of 306 amino acids here over here. And if you want to zoom in, zoom out the protein molecule, you can use the mouse. Left one is to rotate the protein, the right one is to zoom in and out, and middle one is to move the molecule in same angle. So first let's see if we can highlight, we'll highlight some of the residues here. Suppose I want to highlight the aspartic acid 289. So aspartic acid is there, 289 is this one. If you click on this, you will see over here there is one highlight is showing here, and moreover you will have the selection coming up here. Then you, after this, you can show that side chain as a sticks, so it will show as a stick. Then you can change it to color, change the color by element by giving the different color for nitrogen, oxygen. So you can give this one. Now you can see, if I zoom in, you can see that the aspartic acid C double bond OH, see it is having the oxygen as a red in the side chain. Now suppose you want to if you want to see the other amino acid like arginine 131, like arginine, now you maximize, you can make it much bigger, arginine 131. So it is coming over here, arginine 131, it is showing over here. You can show as a sticks and color as a different carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Now you have this one. Now this is the view you have. Now if you want to see the the hydrogen bonds made by them, what you can do is that you click on this one, whether they are making any hydrogen bonds or not. And you click on this one and this one both. Then you go to action, find polar contacts within the selection. If you click yes, they are making hydrogen bonds. So if you see here, this is the hydrogen bond they are making, the polar contacts between the arginine 131 and aspartic acid 289. Now if you see further, if you want to measure the distance between the two, how we can do that? So we have the option here. Now if you are done with this one, you have seen that they are making. Now we want to measure the distance. First we'll remove this one by action, delete. Now coming to the measurement, we have the wizard here. In that we click on measurement. If you click on the, it says please click on the first atom. Want to measure the distance between this atom and the of arginine with the aspartic acid. So it's showing 3 angstrom. This is the distance it can be measured. Similarly we can do for the other one. So this is 2.8 angstrom, much stronger. So this is how we can measure the distance between the two atoms. Similarly you can measure from anywhere in the protein, you can measure the distance. So this is the distance of the between the two amino acids, and which tells that they have the potential of making the hydrogen bonds. Normally if it is less than 3 or 3.2, people assume that it will make a hydrogen bonds properly. So these things can be done here. So after this you can save the molecule. You want to save the molecule as save image as for your project purpose or any other purpose. You can save image as showing this one as a hydrogen bonds. Moreover, you can highlight here over the residue, like you right click on this one. Sorry, if you click on this, you have to remove this one first, delete all measurements. This one, okay, done. If you click on this one and this one, and you want to show that label residues, it will show the label. Now it is showing here. If you see here, it is showing as a aspartic acid 89 and arginine 131. So this can also be shown here, but normally people don't use this label here. They used to, in the image they used to show, because it goes into the background sometimes. So if you want to save this image as such with the hydrogen bonds, you can go over here, then measurement, these two things can be done here. Then you go to file, save image as PNG, and you can save as a PNG file in the like R131 D289 aspartic acid. You can save that. Now you can use that image for your project or proposal or anything, anywhere. So this is how we can save the molecule. So after done with this measurements, we can remove this one, delete with all measurements. We can remove this one. Now coming back to the old one, this one is the. Now we'll see that what we can do with the mutations. Now if you want to mutate arginine, you can see here arginine is this one. Now it is labeled is there. If you want to mutate arginine with other residue and to break the hydrogen bonds between the two, between the aspartic acid and arginine, and see the stability of the protein or any other activity of the protein, like protease activity. Want to see the importance of arginine 131. We can do the mutations, but before going to mutation, people used to do in the PyMol to see whether the amino acid will have any effect there or not, or whether it will fit into that or not. So to do that, you have to go to wizard, go to mutagenesis. So when you click on mutagenesis, the right side will be coming like this. So now you have the option to pick a residue, which residue you want to mutate. Now suppose you want to mutate the arginine. You select the arginine to, suppose you want to make to tryptophan. If you click on tryptophan, it is going towards the other direction. Now it will not be able to make the hydrogen bonds with the aspartic acid. It has lost the hydrogen bonds here. So it shows that it will be affecting it may affect the hydrogen bonds, and it will affect the stability of the protein. Similarly, you can do other mutations. Mutation to, suppose you want to make a serine. You can click on that. Serine is there. Other side, it goes to the other side. Now, if you want to make save this picture, and want to remove this one, this arginine, you click on apply. So arginine will be removed and new residue will be there. Now if you see this one, this is the serine here and this is the aspartic. Now it is very far from each other. Almost there will be no interaction now. So this is how people see the mutations. Which way the protein, which way the amino acids can go. Now this serine can make other interaction with the, maybe it can make other interaction with the other part of the protein, but it is not going to do near to the aspartic acids anything. So this is how people do the mutations, and after that you can click on the done, and the mutations are there. So this is the things what people do. Now if you want to save this whole thing as an image, you can do the same thing where the file save image as PNG, or if you want to save as a different background, you can change to background, change it to white, then you do some more clear picture. Done. So if you say this, want to show this too, you can show this by using file save image as PNG, and you can say that arginine has been replaced by serine 131 289, and aspartic acid. You can save this one. You can use that image for your project also. So these are the things what people normally do in this PyMol. Apart from this, if you have the licensed version, you will have more features in that. So that will be very helpful for the people who work on the structural biology. So you will be getting very good image here, and even you will be having you can highlight the residues also. Moreover, you can see the distance between the two amino acids, the two amino acids, to know the interaction. You can see the mutations also. So this lot of features you can use here, and you can use the PyMol for your different purpose. I hope that you have enjoyed the session. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can drop an email to me at khurshid.sls@crescent.education. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you very much.